I went out and I saw the movie Mr. Rogers, and I went with a date, and it was assigned seating. And so I'm picking my seat from a computer, and almost everything's taken up. But about the fourth row back, I see one seat free. Then there's 2 seats that were taken. Then another seat free, and almost everything else is taken up. So I think, all right, I'm gonna buy these 2 tickets. I'll ask the couple to move down one. So I do that, and I get into the theater, and it's an older couple.
Oh, no.
And so I ask them, do you mind? So I don't even think I'm going to get the whole sentence out, and they're going to move
Right,
down.
of course, yeah.
It's Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the documentary.
That's funny, too, that it's a Mr. Rogers movie.
Won't you be my neighbor?
You're literally asking.
That is so funny. Oh, my
Hey, neighbor,
God.
would you slide over?
Right. So almost like with a laugh that I even have to ask.
Yeah.
I say, do you mind moving one side or the other, and I can sit with my date? And they're just staring.
Oh, God.
And I go, okay, you must not have heard me, or, I who knows what. Maybe you're from another country. It is New York City.
Yeah.
And so and I say it again. I'm like, do you mind one way or another moving down so that I can sit with my date, please?
And your date's right there, like it's very obvious.
She happens to be at the concession stand.
Perfect.
But I don't think they think I'm lying.
Liar!
But I appreciate you thinking every angle.
He doesn't have a date.
I start blowing up a
He
doll.
wants to masturbate. This one again. This has happened to us before.
Can you move over so I can put my dick beside me? These kid shows get me going.
Oh, no.
So they look to each other and
Herman.
they mumble, but it's mumbling in English, and then they just stare back at me.
Oh, my God.
And so I ask again. I'm like, do you know what I mean? Do you mind if...
I love that. You know what I mean, right? Fucking just move. You do understand.
But even do you know what I mean? Like, I don't put a long pause in there so it doesn't seem rude. I'm like, do you know what I mean? Do you mind if moving down one?
Oh, my God. I wish I would have been there.
And look at Keith's face. He's just like, I'm putting on my nice guy face,
Yeah.
right? Like, I know I get misunderstood a lot. Like, he's so stoic usually. He puts on his eyes are open more because he knows it makes him look more endearing.
I mean, I know you want to do it, but as a favor to me,
Oh, it's so good.
could you move down one? And the guy says to the lady, loud enough for me to hear, I don't know, do you want to? And she goes, no.
What?
And he says, no, yeah, not especially. And then looks at me. And I go, what? And he goes, we don't really want to.
Okay.
That's what I said. And I'm like, like this can happen? It reminded me when I was at...
You don't want to?
Right.
I'm not asking you to eat your vegetables.
Yeah. So I hope you guys sat next to them on either side and then talked across them and like passed popcorn and like grabbed each other's fucking genitals and shit.
Made out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, I was shocked. It reminds me, we happened to go bowling right before that, and I got a free bowling coupon from a QED, some trivia contest. And do you remember
Nice.
this?
What a brag.
I didn't know you
Well,
could get that.
I'll
I
tell you
wanna go
why.
to the trivia.
I'll tell you why I bring this up, because I was sitting at a table and they did a little trivia thing, and there was a pen there for people to mark down their ballots. And you assume that if you're at a table, you're all a team. But no, this woman didn't want to work with me.
Wow, this is a theme.
Yeah, it's a theme. And then she marks something down with that pen that the establishment gives. And I go, oh, can I borrow the pen? And she goes, no, I'm going to keep this one. And I didn't mean to, and I laugh at her. I go, what? Are you serious? What? Just, yeah, I don't really want to share the pen. I'm like, what is happening? And you're more a liberal person if you go to QED. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're somebody.
It's called QED. It's like
Right.
a pretty nerdy reference.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm thinking, too, is this is Mr. Rogers.
That's so
Won't you be
crazy.
my neighbor? The very first show of Mr. Rogers, they tell you, happens to be where King Friday wants to have a border up in the land of make-believe and not have change. He says, down with the changers, down with people trying. And you're shocked. You're like, was this written today? Or was this written,
Oh, my God.
when was this first show put out? 1967 or 2018? But I know these people are like, yeah, so true. We really should have. And I'm like, motherfucker.
So
He's
you guys,
talking to you.
So wait.
Yeah.
You guys sat on either side of them.
So here's what we did. I debated about that. I'm thinking, like, what if we sit on either side and we just keep fucking around until they finally move over? But I didn't know my date would be that cool.
Ah, okay.
I found out later she would totally have been that cool.
Okay.
Okay, because I say
This is why you need to date. Like, you need to run into these bullshit, notions, and you need to see where your date would respond, because you don't want, this is where, yes, you can ask if you want to get married, you have children, what kind of future do you want to have, like, how much money do you make, but, like, how do you respond to this bullshit?
It's true. Extreme situationing. That's what you need to do when you date.
And again, it's not, it's not like, I don't know, the movie's The Purge.
Yeah.
It's like, these are my seats, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Rogers. It reminds me of, it's the first joke I tell on the very first album I ever did. I see The Passion of the Christ. And I go to pass somebody's legs. It's the end of the movie, but some people are staying for the credits to see if Jesus actually was there. And so they move their legs so I can walk through. And maybe I didn't say thank you. And they go, you're welcome. And I just want to shake them like, you just saw this movie. All proud of yourself, all smug. And that's all I can think during this Mr. Rogers thing.
Also, by the way, when people move their legs because you're getting through, I'm okay with nobody saying thank you.
I don't have to ever say thank you.
We don't have to talk to each other because I moved my leg. My legs were in the way of you moving out. So
also, exactly. That's for you.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't step on your legs.
Yeah,
and hurt you.
Everyone says excuse me, including the person moving their leg. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Great. Goodbye.
Right.
Exactly.
And if I do, at the end of a day, let me think about today. Oh, I really did help somebody out. That feels good. Not for a split second when I go, I'm not going to lie. I moved down a seat. Today was a good day.
That's crazy.
I moved my legs during the credits of Passion of the Christ. Like, you wouldn't even think of that.
But you know what? I would feel so bad for not moving. I would feel so bad I couldn't sleep at night.
Right.
I'd be like, I can't believe I didn't move.
I wouldn't be able to watch the movie.
Yeah, me neither.
In fact, if I was with a date and the date was like, I don't want to, I'd be like, oh, this is the last date?
Yeah, I would have left.
I would be like, can I sit with you guys?
That was the next question I was going to ask. Did you actually watch the movie?
Yeah,
because I might have left.
So even though it was assigned seating, coincidentally, in front of them, nobody took those two seats. And there was a point during the movie where I tried to sit tall. I don't know if it worked or not. But how could they enjoy the movie?
I wouldn't be able to.
And how did they find each other? How are there two assholes? Like, you would think maybe that's how they connected, but still how?
Grumpyfucks.com.
Grumpyfucks.com.
Grumpyfucksdate.com. Like, if you know you're a grumpy fuck, let's date.
Yeah.
So I didn't think my date would be that cool. But I told her, I said, you know what I kind of want to do? Let's go for a nice walk. But let's do it so we're just following them and make them wonder.
I love it.
She ended up too into it. She stood up.
She punched them in the face, fucking robbed them.
She stood up at the end of the movie, like at the start of the credits, and just turned around, arms crossed, and stared at him.
Yes.
Then on the way out, kept, quote, bumping into them.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, no, this isn't what I meant. This is too much.
You get Keith way out of his comfort zone.
That's great.
I just wanted to make him wonder. You made it clear right away.
Murdered them.
KeithAndTheGirl.com.
Hey guys, we've reached the end of the video, and this is when I want to tell you to subscribe and hit that bell. And I really wanted to smoke weed while I do it, because I feel like that gives you the real vibe of what's going on here, but Keith didn't let me. So I don't know. I kind of feel like you should still hit the subscribe button. I feel like we're smoking our essence right now. So thanks.
Come as an addict.